And anyway, there's some instructions on this link that say how to do it. The first thing I did is I created a virtual machine with 2 NICs. So you guys know how to do that by now. So if I look at this machine and see my network, I have 2 NICs there. They're both attached to the NAT network. All right. So really, there's not a ton to show you here other than the dashboards that show us how to monitor stuff. And the only ones I've played with are this one, Siegel, and that's how you say it. And this, you'll have these available to you after you do the install. If I can type. So, why do I have 2 NICs? Well, one of the NICs is going to be my management interface, the interface that I'll connect to or send traffic out of, however you want to say that. The other interface will be the interface that I'm monitoring traffic on. And it's possible I could have got away with a single network interface on this, but I didn't test that. I tested 2 network interfaces. In either case, when you go through the installation, it'll ask you, which of these interfaces is your management network? Which of these is your sniffing or you're capturing traffic on? So I selected my first network interface as the management one. Anyway, this is my second network interface. And Siegel is, what does it say right there? An interface for network security monitoring. We actually have, and the reason why I chose this distribution, oops, I didn't mean to do that. There's actually a ton of packages that are installed on this that are working behind the scenes. Long time ago, probably 15 years ago, when I first started doing this, I used a package called Snort. Have any of you used Snort? No, not Snort like that stuff, but Snort package. But it was actually, they called it was really funny, they called it Snort, Acid, MySQL, and PHP. So that's what they call it. But anyway, what it was, Snort was this package that would just sniff packets on the network. And as packets came along, we could capture those packets and we could go compare them to known virus signatures or known bad packet definitions. So Snort, they still have it, but it's been replaced by, or a better program that this one's actually running is called Suricata. I don't know what that means, if I'm saying it right. So Suricata, they've got, and Suricata is what's sniffing all these packets for us, capturing all these packets. Another piece of this component is we have a rule set. So someone out on the internet is managing this list of rules of known bad traffic. And so we're analyzing the packets against those rules. And then we have Siegel and whatever the other one was, Siegel and Squirt, that allow us to view the results of this packet capture. So you could go look at Security Onion, that's the distribution we're downloading, and you can find what other packages are installed here. And I'm just going to show us these 2 for now. So they're supposed to show us when there is an attack possibly taking place. So I have some, and these are all the data that's in my database as of a couple hours ago that show things that have taken place or that have happened. I'm going to see if I can cause one to happen again. So, maybe. I'm using the right sheet. We'll see really quick. So, testmyids.com. And I think I said this on the instructions. Basically, curl, what does curl do? Just goes out and gets a web page, connects to a remote website. So I said, go connect to this website, testmyids.com, and it comes back and does something. But it's supposed to trigger an alert here in my, I'm hoping I did the right one. Let me just take a look at the settings real quick. Maybe. noticed that sometimes it didn't actually refresh as fast as I wanted it to. But let's see my IP address here. Yes. So anyway, there's a lot of different things. I haven't played with most of it, but oh yes, all right. So I don't know why it didn't update on that front page. Maybe we're not using enough RAM or whatever. This is the alert that I just triggered. My timestamp is definitely off. But an alert came up, and in fact, right here, let me make this bigger. It's hard to see. I don't know how to make this any larger. But right here, I can say, show me the rule that caused this to pop up in my database. And so it says, well, this is what the rule looks like. And it's pretty much a bunch of gobbledygook. But you can see that it's analyzing the user agent string as it's going over the network. It sees that it did some curl thing. We can always go look up the reference of the rule to see why it fired. And it will even tell us the directory in which these rules are stored down here at the bottom. I could also say, show packet data. Show me what they were trying to do. And you can see this raw packet data down here. And then we could go analyze it a little bit more and see, okay, what exactly were they doing? Do I need to do some more stuff? Do I need to do any mitigation? Let's see, let's do this. So you notice I clicked on the port. I can say, well, let's see what this port really means, or I don't know, source port. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I can go see what that port, what kind of port, if it knows anything about port 60626, I can go get information on the web about other people that have had stuff on that port that have happened. I can see other information of IP addresses that are scanning on that port. Let's go over here. So if I go to this IP address, which is that testmyids.com, maybe I could go down here and, I don't know, what else do they have that I can do? Do an IP lookup with Bing for that destination IP address? I don't know what some of these are. I haven't checked all of them. So it tells me who owns that domain. Maybe I could do some more reconnaissance there, figuring out more information about that. Virus total. We'll use virus total later on, but I can go ask virus total, see if it has any information about that IP address in its database. Maybe. Or maybe not. Oh, so it goes and it tells me if that site is clean and okay. So it's kind of cool that it can monitor traffic against known rules and then give us an alert. And so curl was an example of one of those. As you look through this, so I'm going to have you guys kind of look through and I'll show you how to get all these. You can see that, oh, someone was trying to download a Trojan, possible Trojan downloader. Someone was using uTorrent or a peer-to-peer application. Someone was using BitTorrent. Whatever. Someone was doing a VNC scan. Vulnerable Java version 1.6 detected. So you can detect a lot of stuff if you have an intrusion detection. Potential SSH scan outbound or ping. I have some ping stuff going on. So it's monitoring all that. That's what Siegel allows us to. Siegel is just a front end for the database that's capturing all these alerts. So is the other one, Squirt. Squirt is like a web interface that, yeah. I don't know if I can say that.
I know a bunch of applications that only have web interfaces.
Yeah.
where you have to download it, but then you have to open it up on a web interface to actually do anything with it?
So I'm looking, and so it presents us to it in a different format. Here's like an, oh, there's my curl stuff. So I can click on that. Oops, what's it doing? I don't know if I click on these, if it's going to give me the same. No. But that was my curl stuff. Anyway, we can see the source and destination of that, and we can analyze that traffic again. So it's just giving me a different way of analyzing traffic, and you can go see when it occurred, what time it occurred, what port it was going to, when it was from, that sort of thing. Other than that, that's what we're doing. So the only other thing that I didn't show you was back here on this. After you do the installation, now I do want us to generate some real-time traffic, but it's kind of hard to generate some real-time Trojan traffic without downloading some Trojans and doing some bad, malicious potentially stuff. So they already have a bunch of packet captures that they captured with Wireshark or whatever, and you just do this command. After you get everything installed, sudo so-replay, and it will replay all those packets, and you can go view in real time, but you can go view on those two programs I just showed you and analyze that traffic. So, anyway, so first one we install Security Onion. Very easy, hardest part is downloading the ISO. Second one, with your VM, I just use my Ubuntu instance, make sure they're all connected to the NAT network. From the client machine, do a few things, like use APT to install something or upgrade, and you should see an alert sent into the database. Use curl, I just did that. That sends something into the database. The other thing I wanted you to do was maybe look at the rules and see if you can figure out another way to get another rule to fire. So over here, if you go to, not there, this one, terminal, CD, let's see. All of our rules are in here, and they're really, like if I look at files.rules, I don't know how you interpret any of them. I mean, you can kind of get an idea. Basically it says, here, send me an alert for HTTP traffic if the file extension is JPG. I'm not expecting you guys to write any of these, but just, and pretty much, they have comments in here that say what they do. So I'm thinking maybe we could just go through and see if you can get a different rule to fire. Go through here and maybe have to uncomment it. And we might have to restart Security Onion to actually get it to work. But I don't know, just play around there for a minute, and not too long. But see if you can get any of those other rules to fire. And you could browse through any of those if you want. But really the thing that I want you to submit is choose 4 captures to analyze. So I was showing you a couple of captures a second ago. Maybe write a short paragraph on each. See if you can identify what happened or what was going on, why it was bad or if it was bad. Just tell me a little bit of information about each one. I'm thinking like 3 or 4 sentences on each packet that you choose to look at. Take a screenshot of the packet that you're looking at, and finally a short paragraph on what an IDS is and why you use one. So from what I've said, what would you answer that? How would you answer that? What is an IDS? Why would you use it?
So you want to monitor any security threats to your network, such as people scanning the ports on a larger network.
Yep. Yep. So will these pick up things that host-based ones don't?
Yes.
Yeah, I think a good security solution would be using both in conjunction, host-based intrusion detection system, network-based intrusion detection system. But might be interesting to even, you could stick this VM on your home network, take your laptop home, switch your networking to bridged, run it for a little while and see what you catch. Or even if you're in the dorms, that might be interesting too.
What do you think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go scrunch the dorm networks for info. Ooh, somebody just downloaded the super layers. That's fun.
So that's the next task we're gonna get into, and that's all I was gonna talk about today.
When you want us to run the sudo so replay that's on the security onion machine?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you running the, you have to run
Yeah.